All right, accident right here, but you know, it's all part of the game. Accidents ain't the part of the game?
They are part of the game, man. It's how you learn from them.
What you learn from them?
How you learn from those accidents.
How do you learn from accidents you're not responsible for?
A lot of times, even a non-DOT preventable accident, sometimes within companies go back and review the video. Sometimes they will get hit internally with a preventable accident. All because, let's just say, driver got in front of them, slammed on the brakes. The driver never made any, didn't try to bag off and get a good, 7-second distance behind that truck. So sometimes internally, what companies should do, although the officer wrote that up as being the other person's fault, internally you should always go back and review the videos. How can we prevent this from happening again? It took me some time to kind of realize that. The driver says, "Hey, I didn't do anything wrong. Look at the video. The guy came in front of me. He was trying to get over. He slammed on his brakes." Officer deemed that it was the four-wheeler's fault or another truck's fault. But as a company owner, sometimes you have to go back and internally look at those videos and say, well, you know what? As I'm looking at the data, you were traveling, just say on a highway, 65 miles per hour, truck gets in front of you. You maintained your speed. No attempt to break down. No attempt to bag off. And in that event, look what happens. So internally, that driver should get hit with some type of warning, final warning, because these trucks are not safe. ALEXJR Transportation, he is hiring, guys. The date of this video is hiring. Absolutely. His number will be on the screen, and the description will be, his details will be in the description below. So, guys want to serious about inquiring about a job, working with him and his company, description below. So it's between you guys. So if you guys go over, don't go talking to me. It's between you guys. Real quick, if you're in the Chicagoland area near Romeoville, Joliet, or South Holland, Illinois, I am currently hiring for peak season and beyond, full time, depending on your level of experience. Starting off at $25. If you have more than 5 years of experience, and I can verify that, start off at $27.50 an hour, full time. Your full-time schedule, man, you're gonna love this. It's a 3-day schedule. Imagine if that's all you want to do, just work 40 hours, 3 days. You get in one of these trucks, and at the end of your 3 days, you only clocked in 37.38 hours. Guess what? ALEXJR Transport will supplement the rest of those hours, so you will have a 40-hour check. Here's another thing. Overtime after 40 hours. You want to pick up an extra day? Overtime is after 40 hours, time and a half. Also, we have medical benefits, dental, vision. Also, got a sign-on bonus. Yes. Quickly. If you get signed on with the company before November the 12th, which is in a couple days, couple weeks, there will be a $1,500 sign-on bonus. Hey, $1,500, that's not a lot of money. Hey, it's a recession going on. Who's offering sign-on bonuses right now? Sign-on bonus after your 90th day by January the 9th. Around that time, you will get paid out a $1,500 sign-on bonus. Also, I have a monthly safety bonus program. We have these outward-facing, frontward-facing, driver-facing cameras on these tractors. But guess what? These are to keep you safe and to keep the public safe as well. But guess what? Up to $300 a month. I have drivers every month over month. They get the top score, $300. Second place is $200. Third place is $100. So that's month over month. Also, I have a $500 referral bonus. You get hired on full time. You get someone else signed on to the company after 60 days of that person's full-time employment. Guess what? Your next paycheck, you will see a $500 referral bonus on your payroll. W-2 employees. It's all legit. It's not no under the table 1099. This is all legit. Also, after 90 days employment, guess what? I got a 401k plan with a 3% company match after 90 days of full-time employment. So if you have an IRA or a 401k from another company, you just don't like the company anymore, they got too big, you're nothing but a number. Look, I came from a big corporation where I was just my ID number. I know all my drivers personally, all my drivers can call or text me, you know, when they're having issues or whatever, so you're not just a number. One thing I never envisioned, even growing in this size, that the importance of being personal with your drivers. That 401k plan, you can roll that over into my company's 401k plan and, you know, pick out your own funds and stuff like that and just keep your money growing. So that's just to give you the idea that although I'm a small company, it's almost like you're working for a big corporation, just like everybody else. So I had to set my pay where I have to compete. Do I make the most money like other companies do? No, because I'm a firm believer that you're gonna get the best out of a person. If you're paying them well, as long as, along with treating them right, they're gonna come to work every day to provide for their family. So my job is to make sure that I'm keeping these contracts going so you can provide for your family. So details will be at the end of this video, and just reach out, email me, and 2 years minimum of driving experience, 2 years minimum. If you have less than 2 years, I will have to verify that you did drive through the wintertime of last year. One of the best ways for me to engage a driver, has he ever driven in the snow before? You know, we here in the Windy City, and the wintertime, man, that's when there's a lot of bad accidents, and that's when a driver really gains his experience. And storms, the rainy storms, snowstorms, and driving overnight. That's when the driver really gets his true experience as a truck driver. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. So if you do have less than 2 years of experience, there's a lot of applicants that's coming on that just got their CDL. Unfortunately, I just don't have the capacity to be able to train. That might be coming in the future in 2023, but that's something I do want to try to get into. You have less than 2 years of experience. Let's just say you started summer of last year, so you basically only have a year, but guess what? You drove through that winter time of 2021. You know what? I think I can give you a chance. If you can show me on the road test that you know what you're doing, I'm willing to give you that chance. Just reach out to us. The website and email address will be at the end of this video.
What's going on, YouTube? Trucking and Life here one more time, guys. Guys and gals and gals and guys. Yeah, we got a special guest today, guys.
Alexjr Transport.
Alexjr Transport. You guys see it right here on the side of one of many of his vehicles right here. For those who asking about, you know, I had some guys asking about Amazon too, man, and I didn't know how to really answer. But man, we got the man himself right here. All right, Mr. Alex, man. How you doing today, brother?
Man, thanks for having me, man. Thanks for having me, man. It's an honor to be on your page, man, on your platform, man.
No problem at all, man. Thanks for coming and show the people some knowledge right now, because
absolutely.
I know a lot of people would like to have multiple trucks, so we definitely got to touch on that. Because how many trucks do you have, bro?
In the total fleet, 15.
He got 15 trucks. So those who want multiple trucks, the man himself right here who got multiple trucks, he can explain how he did it and why he did it, and the goods and the bads and everything that come along with it. We'll get into it in this video. All right, so I see you have a big smiley face on your trucks here. One would think that this is like Amazon. Is it true? Is it true?
This is where I'm in a partnership.
You're in a partnership.
I'm in a partnership with Amazon. I'm in a partnership with Amazon. It's been a great program. Going on 18 months now. Okay. It'll be actually 2 years February.
Okay.
Full 2 years. And I've learned so much from running a small fleet.
But I see you not only have Amazon trucks, but I see you have some other trucks over here too. All right, so what's the difference between running these trucks over here, which all of them is your truck, but because I noticed even on the side of the Amazon trucks, your DOT number is on them too. So do these trucks from Amazon too, or do these trucks do something else?
These trucks no longer haul Amazon equipment, trailers or whatnot. So I have refrigerated trailers and dry vans.
Now, so in the video, guys, he is hiring drivers. So only qualified drivers. He got 5 trailers, and these are road trucks.
These are road trucks. Road truck.
Now we say road, do you mean like regional?
So
do you
what
mean?
I usually do is I run Midwest.
Okay.
The furthest east, my trucks go Pittsburgh. I do not go far into Pennsylvania, Buffalo. None of these trucks hit mountains.
Okay.
None of these trucks hit mountains. I think you get more lifelong of your truck, engine, trans, your rear end, keeping them out of those high terrain. Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Kansas City, Nashville, northern part of Alabama, Memphis, go to Little Rock. For running reefers, that's a good lane for me. I don't have to go way out to California to make money. I get my drivers back home on the weekends. Instead of a 34-hour reset, they have 2 days off.
Okay. So all your drivers get home on the weekends?
All the drivers definitely get home on the weekend. They can choose from Sunday to Thursday or Monday to Friday.
Okay.
I think drivers deserve a good quality life. I was a former driver.
Yeah.
And my first year of my authority, I would spend 3 or 4 days out on the road. And I said, man, this is not the life for me, you know. So I had to learn the market. How can I find a load leaving the Chicagoland area that can get me back the next day? And how can I make money off of it? So I just found different lanes, different customers to work with, off the load boards, off the spot market. It's rare that I find dedicated freight for a refrigerated market. Now is a good time to get dedicated freight because of the market turbulence right now. But, you know, the spot market, you can still make a few dollars in it, you know. Will you get rich overnight off the spot market today? No. But you will keep those wheels turning, will keep the drivers paid, you know. Another reason I don't keep drivers out too long, weeks at a time, because I want the trucks home so I can physically inspect them over the weekends.
Okay.
You know? Sometimes relying on another driver, hey, it's not his truck. You know, he does his simple pre-trips, checks the oil, fluids and stuff like that, but little stuff he kind of looks over because he's thinking, hey, he doesn't want that tractor to go in the shop. A lot of times what I do is the truck needs to go in the shop. Just say if a truck is in the shop for a week, guess what? I got other trucks he can jump in where he's home every day.
So they got options.
So you got options. You got options. You got options. Definitely will get paid more driving regional, and it's more relaxing. Amazon strictly drop and hook, 12 and a half hour shifts. Average shift on a regional run, you get 12-hour a day, but it's more relaxing because when you have a shipper or a receiver, you can go in the back sleeper, you know, in the sleeper berth, close the curtain, take a nap, you know. It's just more relaxing versus hustling in and out of a truck, you know, for 10, 12 hours a day.
What's one of the hardest parts or one of the most difficult parts of dealing with multiple trucks?
You have to be, all right, so that's a great question. You have to be staffed properly.
What do you mean?
To be staffed properly, you need a good, strong back office. When I first started, actually that was my first truck. Dry van was my first trailer. Of course, that was easy. My second purchase was this Volvo. So I'm driving, dispatching another driver. That was pretty easy. Then I got out of the truck, put somebody in my truck. So now I have 2 drivers at the time, 2 trucks running. And at that time, I was just learning how to dispatch. When I got my third vehicle, I put a driver in it. Then I started realizing you got multiple drivers leaving out, starting different times of the day. So sometimes it may require you to answer phones 24/7 on any particular day. So as I grew and I got into the Amazon freight partnership, I realized, hey, wait a minute, I need to hire a dispatcher. Wait a minute, I need someone who is experienced in actually managing You think about it, man. A lot of us that have our CDLs that start buying a truck here and there, a lot of us didn't have management skills. We always were a company employee at the time or prior, so we don't have that managing. How do you manage people, right? So good thing when you start to, you know, grow as a trucking company, 4, 5, 6 trucks, and you vision yourself growing to a small size fleet, is to make that investment. It's going to cost. You might have to bring in somebody, offer them a good salary with benefits. That's going to help you grow. In any business out here, a lot of these big corporation CEOs, presidents, they didn't get there by themselves. They got there by putting other people in the room that was as smart or smarter than them. To answer that question, man, you have to be staffed. You have to be staffed. You're not going to try to keep all the money and say I can do it all by myself, because it's going to show the drivers are the first ones that's going to notice that, because you're not going to be able to answer all the phone calls, because you got brokers you have to call, you have shippers that's brokers that's calling you, you have customers that's going to be calling you, you know, invoices that need to be paid out. So you need to allocate that work to someone else, making that investment early, because if you're visioning yourself to be growing, hey, you need someone already in place with you to help you grow.
All right, so that brings 2 questions. So how do you know when it's time to buy another truck? And then the second part to that question is, and you want to think about it while you're answering that, I'm not sure, is that once you buy the second truck, how do you know how to find your drivers?
Good question, good question. So the same way you bought your first truck, same advice. I believe you probably gave me this advice. You probably don't remember this. You're probably not going to remember this. This happened back in early 2018, late 2017. Me and you were talking about this. When you first buy your first truck, you have to make sure that you're well capitalized with emergency money. So yeah, you might have the money for the down payment, to get your licenses and everything, even if you lease on to someone, so you have your down payment for your first truck. But what about your emergency money? Because let me tell you, these trucks break down. These trucks are going to break down. So the same way I built up a nest egg to save enough to get my first truck, I paid my first trailer in cash, I would recommend when you're buying your second truck to have that same comfort, that same cushion. So you have your maintenance for that one truck that you already own, and then you have enough for your down payment and however you're going to finance it. Make sure you have a good nest egg. When you're buying that second truck, a lot of times you're going to find somebody who believes in you as a person, because they see how you are. They see your character first. Of course, people don't see, you know, what you're bringing in. They see you. And think about this. I'm a small fish in an ocean, not a pond. I'm a small fish in the ocean. So how do I get my drivers? You know, a lot of times it's word of mouth. So once you find that one driver that believes in you and he trusts you, that you are going to be able to provide for him and his family, from there, as long as you keep to your word that you told that driver that you're going to be able to, you know, basically put food on his table, clothes on his back, and able to survive and have a level of quality of life. Once you get that first driver, guess what? He knows other drivers. And then what happens after that? That's how you build your confidence up. A lot of people, and I guess I can speak for myself, I didn't build up my confidence until I got my second driver. Once I got out the truck and I had 2 trucks running, 2 drivers, that's when I built up my confidence to tell myself, you know what, I can do this. You know what, I think I can do this. So now imagine buying that 3rd truck. That's a leap of faith right there. That's a leap of faith, because now you're looking at it like, hey, this is an investment. And also always think about this. I would tell people, do not be scared to fail. If you know at the end of the day that you put your all into it, that you crossed your T's and dotted your I's, If it didn't work out, guess what? You can always sell these trucks. Make, you know, 80, 90%. In today's market, you can make over 100% of your money back. You know, you can get all your money back. And you can start all over, maybe another business adventure. Once you get that one driver, I wouldn't rush to get in that third, fourth truck. See how it goes for like 6 months. See how it goes for 6 months, because you want to see the goods and bads when someone else is driving your equipment. Then start putting it out there. Hey man, you know any friends that, you know, first you ask that driver, how do you like it? You know, of course, everything can always be better, but you know, they're gonna tell you honestly, say, man, they like it here. That 6 months with that driver being with you is proven to you that you're doing something right.
I know a lot of people may assume that because you got a lot of trucks that you already had the confidence up front. So what you're saying is you're building your confidence as you're going when you was building it up from the beginning.
I built my confidence up. I didn't go in, what year is this?
22.
So, this is the year 2022. No way in 2018 that I would have never thought. 13 employees right now. Actually, two are actually onboarding, hopefully. They'll be coming on with the next couple of weeks. No way I envisioned this fast. You know, and no way to be honest, I never even took it serious. You know, it was guys like you that were owner operators that I looked up to. And I was looking up to owner operators because, you know, you guys were in control of your own future. You know, I was a company driver, so I was coming in, punching the clock, getting my route, coming back, punching out, right? So I was being told every day where to be, where to go, right? Now I'm not saying it's any different than being an owner operator, but you don't have anybody over your back saying, hey, next Thursday and Friday and the weekend I'm gonna be off. There's no one saying, oh no, you can't take off. I just want to come out and just basically be my own boss, right? Basically pick from the load board, choose when I want to start work, end work, stuff like that. I got in a good market, 2018, but it taught me, guys like yourself, man, that was a good mentor, bro. And I don't know if I ever told you that. I'm gonna tell you here. I'm gonna tell you here. I told another guy, man, over the summer, man, at a high school reunion. He was an owner operator. Guys like you, man, that taught the importance. Hey, bro, save your money. Save your money. You remember 2018, man, the freight market was booming. I didn't spend any money. I didn't go out buying cars. I didn't go, you know, I just had my regular bills and that was it. So it prepared me for 2019 when those rates wasn't as good as 2019. And maybe I wasn't working 5 days a week because of the rates were low that winter, 18 going into 19 and up until the spring. Because I had that, you know, because I wasn't spending money, I can afford to not work every day, if that makes sense. We had another bad year going, what was that, the pandemic. Oh man, that could have took a lot of us out. Even at that time, I was wondering, man, woo!
You got a little hairy?
Man, I sure don't want to go work for anybody else. I built up enough nest egg to weather the storm, but no one knew. No one knew around March, April, May, because April was still kind of good. The month of April, I was still running. May, I sat at home. Second week May to about June to the second week of June.
So now, right there, when you sat at home, you mean was any of these trucks running? Like, okay, at that time, how many trucks did you have?
So at that time, it was old Betsy.
Old Betsy was on. You only had one at that time?
I only had one at the time.
Wow, man. So you grew all these trucks literally in like the last 2 years?
So I'm gonna tell you what happened. I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened. May, all of a sudden, I just started seeing the market, and I study the market. I just don't go on the load board looking at rates. I follow a platform that has the analytics of different regions, basically where the freight is. Whether it's refrigerated, dry van, flatbed. So I was following the analytics, and I just saw, wait, all of a sudden, there was a big flow of freight starting to move. So I guess containers were starting to come into the United States, and these DC warehouses were, starting to pump freight out.
So all right, guys, I'm gonna have to make this gonna be a part 2. we'll continue this interview, guys. Man, dope information in this interview right here. Dropped a lot of nuggets for those who want to start a company and grow your fleet. We'll get to, you'll see the rest of the interview in part 2 where we get to more of the details of these trucks right here. And a driver had an accident down there, but we'll get to all that in a minute, guys. Next video. So all right, YouTube, hope this video is helpful. Give you a little understanding what's going around here. See you guys next video. Peace.